And that's another reason of why I wanted meditation, like, because everything is such bullshit. It's like, I can't trust anything out here. I need to learn how to trust in here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a perfect way. No, it's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah. It can't be ignored that it's literally just an effect. You get high on yourself.
Yeah.
Period. Like, yes, that's what I was searching for. What I found was like a new high.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to episode 9. As you can see, I brought in my buddy Tucker to talk a little bit more in depth about Transcendental Meditation. I told you guys last week that I would be doing it so that you can get a little bit more in depth of a feeling or more ammunition to make a decision of whether or not you want to go through with meditation or whether you just want to stick with what you're doing now, right? So we started with kind of analyzing as to why Tucker decided to go through with it, and it was a form of clarity that was brought to him in terms of identity and feeling at home with himself, rather than having to find home in external things.
Basically, I was just getting clean slate after clean slate after clean slate and doing it quick. Like, I didn't have any patience. If the place that I was in wasn't giving me something that I wanted, I was just, that's
okay.
it. Because I had no agenda besides just getting into, not really a comfort zone, but like getting into a state of being that was like who I felt I really was.
So obviously you found Transcendental Meditation when you were looking for that new source of like clarity and identity when you came back to Cheshire.
Yep.
So that's when you started?
It was super easy for the internet to throw that at me.
We then went into skepticisms, and he approaches from a really interesting perspective of like holding two ideas in our head at the same time, but rather than conflicting, more so using them to come up with a teamwork built type of answer.
It was one of those times where your mind is in both places at once. Mm-hmm. It's super like sponge in it, hardcore, super open. Like, I want to like pick apart everything you're saying. Every word matters. Like, this is the most interesting thing. I want so much out of this, and I'm gonna accept it all. But at the same time, the doors were open. It was all coming in. You take it, and you don't have to filter it till later. But that filter was there.
Yeah.
It's like huge, because I don't believe anything.
Yeah. He also talks a little bit about how mindfulness approaches a situation and how TM approaches a situation, which I found to be pretty interesting because of the fact that I really never dived into mindfulness too much, and he has. So he has the comparison to share.
Even within the TM technique, I've tried mindfulness. I've tried focusing my attention. I've tried so many different things because I haven't stopped reading or learning about different methods and experimenting with everything, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything. I always need a new high. Like, so, I test everything out. And so all these different forms, like, I've tried, within these past couple of years, and I've always found myself back at TM. I think a lot of mindfulness meditations, they seem to me to approach a problem. This is a rock in the middle of the road, and you're traveling. Sometimes that rock is too wide to go around, but mindfulness meditations and focused attention ones try to go around it. It's like positive thinking. It's like it's like an avoidance.
Yeah, and because did you did that beforehand? Did you try that beforehand?
Not before TM, no.
Okay.
Nope, after.
Okay, because I tried stuff that like along the lines of YouTube videos and guided meditations beforehand, and they did not sit well with me because I would always get uncomfortable, or I would think thinking is wrong, and all the thoughts that popped up. Like, the typical idea of meditation is to have like the totally clear head, which is obviously not the same thing with TM.
Right.
So the rock is approached differently.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'd rather come up to that rock and bust straight through it, just like run at it full speed. You can't do that. Rock, obviously, this is like it's like figuratively speaking, but I'd rather go through an issue, so that you don't so that the next time you approach it, you know what to do rather than like having to spend extra energy going around. You just pass right on through. And TM was that, because instead of just like, no, you cannot think this, you must like center on the intention of what you started with. It was more letting things unravel themselves.
And then he brings up his first 6 months experience of TM, which is interestingly different for everybody. He experienced it from a view much different than I did, which I'm a little bit jealous of.
But the most wild were these fits of laughter. I would be sitting in either this exact chair, on my mattress, in a chair in my kitchen, and like, I'd have the mantra in my head. I'm not going to say it out loud for purposes who takes this up will come to know, but I'd have the mantra, and there'd be periods of like non-thought, just pure experience, and then for the point being, for no apparent reason, I would just bust out laughing, like crack up, like to tears, like for minutes, and even like going to and from school sometimes. Like in the car, it was wild. Like that was like triggered by it was triggered by music.
Yeah.
But like meditation being my new high, and feeling the effects of it last from the morning through my classes, and then like going home like with the thought in mind, like, oh, I'm gonna do my second one. Like I just had a sweet day at class, like hung out with cool people, like learned some like cool shit. Didn't pay much attention. It's community school. I get to do whatever the hell I want. Like slapped up this dude in ping pong. That felt nice. And like this song is awesome. And then that combined with like, oh, I'm about to meditate again. Like I'm about to get high myself again. Like, and it was having that same experience.
Yeah.
Like a week or two before, something threw me into these like fits of laughter, and that was the craziest thing that's ever happened to me before. Literally to the point of like tears, sometimes for like 10 to 15 minutes long.
Okay. And that is it. I kept this specific video a little bit short. This one is covering the main points of it, the things that I thought were most beneficial through our conversation. But a video that's going to be following this is the long-term, I believe it's like 35 minutes, 30 minutes of the entire conversation. It's more in depth, there's more conversation of one of us feeding off of the other, things of that. So watch whichever one you will. I totally recommend watching this one because it has the main points kind of set out for you. The other one's just a little bit more deep-rooted. So if you want to complement this one with that one, it would work out really well. But in the meantime, if you guys enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate some feedback, whether it's a like, comment, a heart, whatever it is, or you can message me, anything, just so I have some validation that you guys are enjoying these videos and that I'm appealing to the people who are watching them. And if there's anything that I could change, I want to know. So thank you again, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and make today your bitch. Goodbye.